Hello again, this is Priscilla Batzell in Springfield, Florida at Expressionist Fluid Art Studio. That is half a dish of Colourarte colors over some white satin Sherwin Williams paint that I used as a base layer in blooms. This is some sour lemon with a little bit of orange crush added to it. And this is what I did in my last video where I transferred with a shovel to a canvas, a white canvas in that case. This is from the new Fairy Tales selection of primary elements. Anyway, I liked how it worked so much that I want to try it on black. And I will list the colors that I added to the pan of colors in the last time. This is Saffron. And if I'm inspired by one more color, it's going to be Jasmine. I'm actually inspired to throw a little tiny bit of black in there. And I've got Decoart 24 karat gold that I'm trying to use up. So I guess that's the ticket right there. Some of these colors won't be repeated from the last if I'm going to put them down now. And the one I've forgotten is the Pebeo Iridescent Blue-Green, which was fabulous, and I didn't get nearly enough of it. I'm not putting any of the Wild Orchid in yet, but it's not impossible. So I've got a 14 by 14 inch canvas, and I've got Sherwin Williams Colors to Go, sample size, they're 10 bucks. And this is the Tricorn Black. And that's just, they sell the quart lids. And this paint is especially liquidous by comparison. So my usual putting paint around the edges is a new challenge. I don't want to lose much of my paint. There goes the first amount. Anyway, it's going to fly off pretty easily. But I need a layer all over so that I can shovel my leftovers on. Unfortunately, it seems to be covering fairly well and leaving a nice even layer. Cross your fingers. I don't do this with black very often. I kind of imagine less is more, and maybe I should have used less. It might not be too late to put some back in the can. I think it is. I definitely think it is. That's my thrifty Scott self. Alright, so yeah, the black moves really easily. So I should not be afraid that it won't go over my edges, which has been the case with the white occasionally because of my cheat of putting it along the edges. I just don't want the drips that are running down there to wind up on my silicone mat until I'm ready. I do scrape off my colors off my silicone mat with this OXO Omelette Turning Flip and Fold spatula you can find on my Amazon link. That's under Show More on the link tree, where you're going to also find close by a 20% off Colourarte coupon code. Oh, and check out the new Vivid Intense Neons. I haven't got mine yet, but I'm in anticipation. So, I'm going to take my shovel, and I'm going to try and start in the middle. And I may still use a black cell activator, Amsterdam Black. I've got some of my hot Wild Orchid from the last video, which should be the number before whatever the number is you find for this video in the title. Look for the number before it if you want to find that other video. Now I kind of wish I'd added the black I was thinking about, but it's not too late. I mean, I really could. I've got some Atelier black I mixed up, Atelier Interactive that I mixed up with regular Floetrol. I'm going to still have more paint than I know what to do with. I'm trying to stay away from the edges because the edges usually flow off anyway. That rusty color is Quinacridone Nickel Azo Gold. And I don't need any more paint. Okay, I'm going to grab a Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatula, my #1. It's also on the Amazon link. If you ever need a link, or yeah, if you need a link to any of the products I have on my Amazon link, my 2 books are there because I can in Unlimited Possibilities, but there's also 4 lists, and it would be really helpful if you guys decided to shop starting from my link, because everything from there helps contribute to my income to a small degree. I mean, really small, like so small it hasn't happened for a long time. I'm throwing that in the bucket. I just want to spin it out. So I decided after using an acetate tool in the last video that I would use one of my small palette knives so as to interrupt less with some cell activator. To see what would happen. And that's the black, so maybe we'll try the white. Maybe we'll try the white and the black. That was open a moment ago. Whoops. Okay then. That's now all over my painting. Jessica would be pleased. Spatters. That particular part of this wasn't my favorite anyway. Alright, so I've got some cells, and I want more, but I'm not sure what I'm willing to sacrifice. I'm going to try the Amsterdam Blacks and Aussie Floetrol Cell Activator with some of the Pebeo Iridescent Blue-Green. I want purple, and I've got a purple cell activator, and it's calling me. I might as well go down there because that's where the white cell activator spattered anyway. Okay. Is it okay yet? The question is. Maybe I'll just leave the majority of that uncell activated like I can. Like I cannot. So I'm going to grab the Mayan Gold, which is a Prizm pour, and put it on top of that black cell activator. Get that paint chip off my finger. I am seriously contemplating adding some of that Wild Orchid. But maybe I ought to add it to cell activator. I think that's a good plan. So let's use some white. Actually, I've got Boomgel. Oh, I want to try the Wild Orchid. The question is where. Trying just to surf the paint as opposed to dragging it. I just want to agitate the surface. I like that. That's pretty cool. I think I'm going to have to do that again. Oh, I forgot the white. Never mind. I'll just try it with the black. Maybe a little gold too. So Wild Orchid and a little more Mayan Gold. like using the residuals that are still on, assumably on the bottom of my palette knife. That's looking pretty cool. I think I'm okay with that. I have one more spot I'm interested in going. There seems to be a lot of white. I can't go far because my bottle just decided to be plugged up. So I'm thinking I want some gold over there. Temptation was Quinacridone Nickel Azo Gold, but this Mayan gold will have to do. I'm going to call it good. I'm going to give it a bit of a spin. Actually, maybe I'll scoop and drag first. Sometimes I spin and then scoop and drag, but this time I want to play with the paint. And the black moves so much easier. So much easier than the white. I can pick it up and scoop it and sneak it down somewhere else. I'm going to lose all my negative space, I have a feeling. I don't know how far I want to go. I really don't want to go that far. If you're too fast, you lose your cells. You get stripes, but you lose your cells. I think this right here, this color set, I'm not that thrilled with. So I'm just going to break it up a little bit with a drag dribble. Now it's time to decide if I want any, whoops, got to dribble whether I like one or not. I'm not used to using the black paint. And it is a lot easier to use as long as you're ready for it. I'm going to grab my skewer, the dull end. Well, actually the sharp end will take that bubble. Oh, that's not a bubble, that is a thing. That's the side effect, the problem with using leftover paints is you sometimes have an issue with things. I like to mostly just put the skewer in place and twist it. Because even the little tiny spirals, which I have said a million times now I think, amount to much bigger spirals when they get spun out. Oh, there's a pretty orange heart in there. That was cool. I have no idea how much paint is going to fly off this. I have a suspicion that it's going to be quite a bit, which means I'm going to lose a lot of things that I really like. But you never know, and lots of times things turn out to be pretty awesome. I do have some bubbles I'm going to have to work hard at getting rid of. I use a pocket knife or a utility knife blade to sharpen my paint skewers, to remove the paint balls. I get a nice pointy end. I like the colors. The stripes are pretty awesome. I'm just looking for places that I think will benefit, obviously. And if it's that close to the edge, I probably won't get to keep it. So I'm going to get a move on. Am I? Oh boy. I'm a little concerned about what? That right there. I'm not sure why. I should be concerned about that. That's going to be large. I'm going to move this back so that I can actually get my barrier in place. Throw my tool in the bucket. Cross your fingers. I like to spin in both directions to try and keep the paint flowing off evenly. And I like to check on my canvas when it starts to go off center, because I think it has an impact on where the paint comes off. That's going to be pretty cool. I do see that big bubble right there. And if it's not a bubble, it's a thing, and I guess it's a bubble. I've got 3 minutes left to tell you guys. I do sell my artwork, and I give classes at the house in Spring Hill, Florida. It's time for me to decide if there's anything that I want to change before I spin out again. And a few changes are okay with me. That looks like it needs some help. There, I'm happy I did that. And that. I like these cells through here. It's too bad I'm going to lose some of them. I could probably tip. Let's try tipping. So what can I tell you? Please give me a thumbs up. If you share my videos, you help me out. When you leave me a comment, you boost my morale and you help me out. I'm going to spin again. And maybe one more time after that. My paint pouring recipes are underneath Show More. If you have questions, feel free to ask. I encourage questions, and if I can answer them, I will, and if I can't, I'll let you know. My community board will show you tomorrow's video. I have 30 lists of 100 videos. One more time. And they're organized also by topic and genre. Should you be interested in my 2 books, they're on the Amazon link. Because I Can and Unlimited Possibilities are the first and the second 100 videos I wrote using my YouTube videos. Yeah, I lost it. Thank you so much for the donations through PayPal. The icon is in the bottom right hand corner of my YouTube channel banner. I'm in love with this. This is awesome. Thank you so much for shopping my Amazon link. You shop there at no added cost to you, and it really does help me out eventually. Thank you so much for using my email and communicating with me. If you have an interest in taking a class or purchasing a piece of artwork, contact me at easpbgallery and the word gallery spelled out at gmail.com. If you'd like to see my artwork reproduced as a reproduction or on any of the things that spring underneath the video, The Gallerist, Society 6, Pixels.com, or Fine Art America sell. All those links are on my link tree, and if you check and you can't find what you're after, you can definitely have me create it. I am so pleased with having a black background. The black is just perfect. I'm going to try and get down before the timer goes off and gives me 1 minute warning and shimmer this at you. Maybe we can turn it around a few ways. I'm really pleased with that. If I have any edges that I need to cover, I will cover them with my little acetate tool. It makes it really easy. I'm going to have to move this back where it was before I started. So, I love using leftovers. I don't think you have to use leftovers. I think you could have a pan of paint and add colors on top of it and scoop it into place if you wanted to. Everything is just gorgeous. I'm loving this. I am so loving this. The colors are different. I love how the black showed up. I love you guys. I want you to take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Whatever I forgot to tell you. You'll see in another video probably. And on the Linktree, Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter links, Facebook group, Expressionist Fluid Art Studio Appreciation Group, a couple of my websites. And don't forget, ask questions and I'll be happy to get back to you. I love you much. You inspire me always. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Priscilla out. I'll see you anon.